Welcome back, YouTube, to Peterson Auto. Dolly build update 3,000,006 because this thing's taking forever. I just want to drive it, honestly, really bad, but it's nowhere close. The plumbing system's getting there, though. So this line here runs up to the compressor. And one of these, this one or the one down there, I forget which, I gotta hook both those up, though, runs up to the compressor also. So I ran those, and I did a lot more plumbing up front, and got on some other little things like this fender here. So that's actually bolted in and secured now. I know, wasn't really much, but it was something. The intakes worked out. I think I'm going to take this black piece of metal off of here. The only thing I'm mounting in there is the vacuum tree anyway, and I can mount that in another location. So then that'll sink this down a little bit more and give me the clearance I need. You know, so stuff doesn't touch. But, yeah, we got the intake worked out, so that's what the intake's going to look like on it. I think it's going to be a pretty nice little intake. I can always go ahead and take like a Power Stroke air intake off of here, mount it up here, have it come off, and to like a custom box or something around there at one point if I want to do some cold air. There's a Turbowski. Makes all those boost stale noises. Got some stuff mounted. Battery tray's mounted too, by the way. So that was a big one today. Came over here now. And here's where most of the work actually happens. So here's the Coolant Overflow Reservoir. That's a battery cable. It's just sitting out of the way. Coolant Overflow Reservoir is mounted and plumbed. And yeah, I know that's frayed and looks like crap, but whatever. We have our air feed line here. Comes down to an inline check valve, which this is the coolant reservoir hose. Or not coolant, washer fluid reservoir hose. But it comes down to a check valve here, so we have that stainless line mounted, and we have our air compressor filter intake. This is the big line going into the tank that I said about earlier. And this little line is for the pressure reference. So whenever there's 120 psi coming into this line, it comes in here and it shuts the governor off. It may actually have to go to here, to be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to just look it up again, I guess, and see and go from there. So anyway, we're going to figure out which one that actually is. But either way, the fitting's the same. So when we come down here now, we have our washer fluid bottle, which I'm going to have to make a mount for, but that's going to go somewhere in here. Which that's a pretty nice location there. It's easy to, you know, fill up with the gallon jug with the hood open. The clutch master cylinder is going to be a pain. If you look here, there's hood open. Yeah. But luckily, don't have to fill that much. And then down here, you can see a couple air solenoids. So I haven't actually started fabricating the front suspension yet, but I have air solenoids. So I decided where I wanted to put them. I wanted to put them over here. I had plenty of space, especially with that washer fluid only going out to about here. So I put them over here. We have the line in / line back. This was a commercial truck, yada yada yada. It'd be a whole different story. But long story short, when the compressor's running, it's going to supply air. It'll be fine this way. It's a commercial truck. I would have ran it a little differently. Ran another line up from the tank. But I didn't want to have 50 lines coming through here, and this actually is a really nice, neat, compact setup. So this is our dump valve, and this is our fill valve. Long story short, whenever it says it needs air, it's going to come through this fill valve here, through here, and this is going to run to our bags. So it'll probably run down in there somehow to the first bag, and then probably a T that'll loop around to the second one on that side. Not 100% sure there yet. Still working that one out. But yeah, so we'll have that, and then this is our exhaust valve, which runs to this line here, which just kind of tucks down in the fender there, out of the way, and that's going to be a dump line whenever I try to dump the suspension, which the front suspension is really just going to be for maintenance and whatnot kind of things is where I'm going to use the dump, but I'm going to have it. It's going to be a lot easier to get it on and off jack stands and whatnot, you know, with a dump valve there, so if I want to go that route, I easily could. But it's going to be there. It's going to function just like the rear. Got the wiring still I got to run. I had a wire up here. I think it's over there. Yeah, see right up there, front airbag wire. So that actually has to snake the whole way back through and just go to right here. I left it way long because I didn't know where I was actually mounting these solenoids, so I made it reach the whole engine bay. However, it is what it is. We also have all that wiring ran. I still have to wire loom. A bunch of other stuff. Still have to put batteries in, do battery cables for the most part. Power steering system needs wrapped up still. This is a return. This other one here is a return. Got to join them together and put them onto a big hose on the bottom of the reservoir. It's like feels like about an inch diameter hose, honestly. But it's got to go to that bottom of the reservoir spot there. Got to put the serpentine belt. Well, sorry, you got to put the V belts on. Wow, I just dated this truck. Got to put the V belts on. After that, tension everything up. Fill it with coolant, which the cooling system is wrapped up. The oil system is wrapped up except for this right here, which goes to a gauge. It's a little oil pressure gauge fitting. So once I get the dash in, that can go in. But the cooling system's fully wrapped up. The power steering system has a couple little things. Oh, and one line needs to connect to the box still because it's not long enough because I went and put the body lift on. So, yeah. It's getting there. It's coming along. We're making progress. Little bit at a time. So maybe soon I'll be filling the coolant and the oil and just seeing, put some fuel in it and see if she lights up. It's kind of hopefully going to be the plan here once it gets nice enough to have the wonderful door open and everything. But it seems to always be cold on the times I get to work on this. So I do have 2 batteries sitting over there. I have no idea if they're any good or not. Guess we'll have to find out. I'd probably have to cap this, but not a big problem. Either way, yeah, so it's coming along. It's getting there. A lot closer than it's been. And we're going to try to make some progress here. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to Peterson Auto. And stay updated with the Dolly build.